Breaking news. A bullied monkey at a zoo grasps onto his IKEA monkey. IKEA quickly jumps into action and uses this as a great marketing tool to sell out of these monkeys in record time. Some are even reporting these monkeys are worth over $200 on eBay. That was a great example of newsjacking. David Meerman Scott explains the term newsjacking as when a company takes a news headline and kind of just jacks it or steals it and uses it as a marketing headline for their company. Now, let's back this up just a little bit. David Meerman Scott argues that your company's marketing department should act as a newsroom. And we've talked about this in our PR class as well. And it's very important that you work like a newsroom. Basically, instead of waiting for the media to talk about your company, you just release the information. Oh goodness. Wind. Wow. Basically what this means is instead of waiting for media to release information about your company, you're just going ahead and doing it yourself through owned media. The biggest advantage to this is getting accessible information. Oh gosh, it's cold. Oh wow. It's just like taking the breath out of me as I'm talking like that. Wow. Let's try it again. The goal with this is that accessible information creates accessibility. Journalists need fast access to information, and newsrooms can provide that information faster than trying to go through a third-party company. When information is very easy to, grasp and get a hold of, newsrooms and other actual news corporations tend to cover your organization more than they would because it's just simply easier. Now, going back to newsjacking. As we talked about before, newsjacking is when a company takes a news headline from another company and kind of just uses it for their own thing. IKEA did it with Punch Monkey, and they also did it with Apple's Vision Pro. IKEA, so fast was on top of it, saying that, hey, you can shop in our store and go through our store with your Apple Vision Pro as if you are in VR. They also released it on the Meta Quest, if I'm not mistaken. That's another great example of how good IKEA's PR and social media department is because they jumped on that so fast. One of the most important things with newsjacking is the news has to be actually relevant and popular at the same time. If another company tried to jump on Punch the Monkey at this point in their career, it's just a little bit too late. Punch the Monkey is already starting to go down a little bit, and if they tried to jump on it right now, it would be too late. But IKEA jumped on it early and beat every other company to it and ended up making a ton of money from it. And here's the big key takeaway from this book. We've talked about this in social media and public relations, between all these classes. Timing matters more than anything. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It does not matter how good your content looks. What matters is when you get it out. Companies that publish that useful information quickly and beat other companies to it will end up being more successful than the companies that just release the information, but in a bad time. Through turning your company and your social media department into a digital newsroom and newsjacking articles, you can create a successful social media campaign with very little effort. Instead of waiting for a conversation to just kind of spawn out of nowhere about you, control the narrative and make the conversation about your company. I will see you in the next video where hopefully it is a little bit warmer. Look at this. My fingers are literally white. It's white. It's way too cold for this, dude. I'm tired of this. I thought it was summer, man. I thought it was summer.